As I predicted, I only scratched the surface in the first episode of my coverage of Spider-Man Easter eggs, so I'm back today to take a second stab at covering every Easter egg in this amazing game. I'm not perfect though, so make sure to watch my previous video after this one to make sure I haven't missed any, and if I have, let me know in the comments down below. So in the first video, I asked if you wanted to see more of the Marvel themed locations in this video. You said yes, so we'll start there. Up first is the Damage Control HQ, which can be found here. You may recall that Spidey was actually trapped in the Damage Control warehouse in Spider-Man Homecoming.
What is this place? Suit Lady, where am I?
You're in the most secure facility on the eastern seaboard. The damage-controlled deep storage vault.
No, seriously?
You can also find Fogwell's gym at this location. For those that don't know, Fogwell's is the gym where Daredevil's dad, battling Jack Murdock, trained. Speaking of Daredevil, you can also find the law firm that he and his friend Foggy Nelson run together at this location. This is also a secret photo location. Another location, but one that isn't a photo location, is this building called the Trust Us League, an obvious reference to DC's The Justice League. For further proof, take a look at the logo, which is remarkably similar to the Justice League logo. I also mentioned in a previous video that Insomniac had placed pictures of developers of the games on the wall at the Feast Centre. It seems that this wasn't the only time they referenced themselves, as you can also find an Insomniac building at this location. One more location of interest, though not a Marvel location, is this building. If it seems familiar, it's because it's a reference to the Ghostbusters HQ. It even has a ghost on the back to further confirm this as a Ghostbusters Easter egg. I've already made a full video on the collectible backpacks in this game, and this next clip was actually included in the 10 details you probably didn't know video that I made about a week ago now, but I wanted to highlight it again for those that missed it. That collectible is Peter's good luck card from when he left the Daily Bugle, amongst the well wishes as a message from Eddie Brock. For those not familiar, Eddie Brock was the first incarnation of one of Spider-Man's greatest foes, Venom. Whether Eddie Brock goes on to become Venom in the future Spider-Man games remains to be seen. I also made an entire video dedicated to all of the movie references in this game, so I won't dwell on them too much here, but you can find a reference to the train scene.
No brakes? No problem. Totally worked last time.
The infamous gunfinger salute from Spider-Man 3. And even a clock which references the time Gwen Stacy died in Amazing Spider-Man 2. That time is also a reference to the issue she died in the comic, issue 121. For more on those references, be sure to watch the video on my channel. You've probably all heard of this Easter egg, and once again, I don't want to dwell on it too much as I explained it in detail in my saddest Easter eggs in video games part 2. But long story short, this in-game proposal didn't end well. A very small Easter egg now with a reference to a previous Insomniac game, Ratchet & Clank. If you perform all of Spidey's tricks in one go, this message will pop up. This is a reference to a trick you can perform in the Ratchet & Clank games. Now, I've covered Easter eggs you could find in the intro, but one I missed is this one here. It says, "Need catchphrase, it's webbing time," which is a reference to the line said by the Fantastic Four's The Thing, "It's clobbering time."
To end this.
No, Vic, it's clobbering time.
So you've probably all heard of the boat people, the low poly characters you can find on boats. Many assumed it was just a shortcut as people wouldn't venture that far out, and besides when Spider-Man's in the water, I could probably walk faster than he can swim. But it turns out it may not be a shortcut at all. Many news outlets have claimed it's actually a reference to the NPCs you could find on boats in the Spider-Man PS2 game. If I'm honest, I'm not sure. I believe that this could have just been a shortcut, but again, let me know what you think. One thing I wanted to highlight in this video, and something that I'd argue a lot of people haven't seen, but I find hilarious, and those are the fast travel scenes. The traversal in this game means that the fast travel system is basically pointless. Why take a subway when I can have fun swinging from one side of the city to the other? I used it 5 times to get the trophy and haven't used it since, but the cutscenes that play when you fast travel are actually pretty funny and worth seeing. This isn't all of them, but these are just a couple of my favourites. So that's it for the video. As I said, let me know if I missed anything, and if you're a fan of Easter eggs, details and secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.